Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Leilani and today's video is going to be a chit chat get ready with me where I talk about Dote and diversity and just diversity in general with beauty brands and things like that. And I know it's kind of it's a very heavy topic to talk about, diversity, especially for some people who don't understand the struggle of darker skinned women, of people of color in the beauty community. But I think it's a topic that no one should shy away from, that no one should be scared to talk about. And I'm gonna get into a little bit later why I was saying that people shouldn't be scared of talking about this. But pretty much, yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I don't want to make this intro too long. But before I do get into this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of everything that I'm saying today. But what I would not like is people to invalidate feelings, because that to me is just very insensitive. But if you want to give your own opinion, go ahead and leave that in the comments section down below. And please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post every single Wednesday and every single Friday. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this video. So as you can see, I already did my brows off camera. I don't like doing my brows on camera. I don't think I ever have, but if I have, I really don't like doing my brows on camera, just because I feel like it takes way too long and like the rest of my process is very short. I'm not really going to be going into like what I'm doing necessarily. I'm just going to kind of talk while I do my makeup. So yeah. So I'm going to talk about Dote, a specific brand, but honestly, I feel like I've seen this a lot with other brands as well, but this brand has just been called out recently on YouTube, and it's a subject that I think has been glossed over and not really talked about, especially because of everything going on with James Charles and Tati and Jeffree Star and everything like that. Because this topic has been glossed over, that is why I wanted to talk about it on my channel. Even though my channel obviously is extremely small, I still feel like I have a voice and I should, be able to like use my channel to talk about what I want to talk about. And this is something that I think should be getting more noticed, and it hasn't. And so that's why I'm talking about it today. I'm going to be using my Juvia's Place Magic Mini palette today. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because in the past year, especially, I think I've become more aware of certain things that I would not have noticed in the past. And that has a lot to do with being on social media. That has a lot to do with just like my maturity level, growing up and just seeing things that I've never really realized before. And one of those things is definitely lack of diversity. I've noticed such a lack of diversity in different brands and TV shows and just media in general, a lot this past year. And I think that obviously, has to do with just being on social media and seeing people calling it out and just being more aware. And it's really bothered me. And as I think that you would know, especially if you've been in the beauty community in the past year, that there's been a real push for more diversity, especially in the beauty community. Dote isn't necessarily a beauty brand. It's like a shopping website. But being in the beauty community, the way that I've kind of immersed myself into this world, I've noticed a lot of a lack of diversity in the beauty community in general. And honestly, it really bothers me because it's basically saying like Black women don't care about beauty products, and like it's making it exclusive to women who don't look like me, and it bothers me. It really does. Now, going into Dote. So Dote, like I said before, is a shopping brand. I'm pretty sure you can buy clothes on there. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen that like you can you like sell clothes that are like really cute and things like that. It's basically just like a Poshmark or something like that. It's supposed to be really cute, and Dote has been heavily involved in social media. They sponsor posts and they just sponsor these influencers and take them on trips. And yeah, a lot of girls my age know about Dote, especially. That's really their target, are girls my age, which is another reason why this bothers me so much, because it's targeting me, but are they really targeting me is the question. So one thing that I've noticed about Dote, and I've noticed this, you know, I kind of noticed, but I don't, it's like you kind of notice, but then you think, well, maybe I'm just tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like you just think, well, maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm just tripping and you know, I just want to make a mountain out of a molehill. Because I noticed Dote when they were working with Kelsey Simone, who is a YouTuber that I love and adore. I really do love her. I've loved her for years now. You know, Dote, I just kind of thought, okay, whatever. I kind of saw that they were only sponsoring pretty white girls, but then I was like, well, it is what it is. You know, I just kind of thought like, okay, they're just basically saying this isn't for you. And so I never really used the app. Like, I think maybe once I tried to download the app because one of my favorite YouTubers was like using it and like selling stuff on there. But then I was just like, nah, this isn't really for me. And I just didn't use it. So then what made me pay attention to Dote was when Dote took all of these girls on this Fiji trip. Now, I knew about the Fiji trip because not only did Kelsey Simone go on that trip, but also Olivia Jade, who I obviously do not support anymore because, yeah, her mom paying her way into USC is disgusting. And yeah, I don't support Olivia Jade, but at the time I was a fan of hers. And I saw that they were going to Fiji and I thought, oh, it's really cool. You know, two of these YouTubers that I really like watching are going on this trip. And so I saw the vlogs from their perspectives, two pretty white girls, which is, I just want to say this is no shade to them. Or Olivia Jade, I don't like her, but this is no shade to like Kelsey Simone because, you know, no one can help how they were born. Like, pretty white girls can't help that they're pretty and white. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's not shade. It's just like the truth. You know, they're pretty white girls. So I saw it from their perspective, from the pretty white girls' perspective. However, during that time, which was last summer, summer 2018, there were videos coming out about how Dote was mistreating a black girl there. Now, at the time, for some reason, I just didn't pay any attention. And I feel like I should have. I feel like I should have seen this coming before. But I think it's because I watched her video and I didn't really catch on. I didn't really understand what they were talking about because at the time, like, I think my views on race have really evolved in the past year. And so something that I would have noticed today, I don't think that I would have noticed back then. Just me being kind of naive and just me being sort of ignorant into tactics that aren't like racist things that aren't like super in your face racist, like using the N-word. So at the time I didn't pay it any mind, especially because Kiana, the YouTuber who you know, had the video, she's a black girl who had a video and people were speculating like, is Dote racist? I didn't pay her video much mind just because she didn't come out and just say they're being racist. But then other stuff happened. So fast forward to maybe like last week or a few weeks ago, I'm on YouTube, and I think I'm on YouTube because I wanted to see if there were any updates with the James Charles drama, honestly. Then I see a video from a T page, but it wasn't about James Charles, it was about Dote being racist. So then I was like, oh, wait, huh? So I'm pretty sure somehow I got to another influencer's page. I don't remember what her name was, but she was an influencer who went to Coachella with Dote. So during her experience with Dote, she went on this Coachella trip and she did actually like a vlog of the Coachella thing. And I tried to watch the vlog, but I didn't really understand what she was talking about. And then I saw that she also made a video just explaining the stuff that happened with Dote on that Coachella trip. She basically explained, because in the vlog, she was alluding to there being issues, but she wasn't really saying what those issues specifically were. But then later she decided to make a video on it because another girl had made a video on it, which I didn't watch the other girl's video, Verena. I know that that's her name, the other girl that made a video, but I did watch this girl's video. If you get what I'm saying, if you like understand what I'm trying to say. So she basically was explaining that she was having a rough time, dealing with things during this Coachella trip, which was evident in the vlog. And in this video, she explained why. So pretty much she explained that like a lot of the girls really weren't talking to her and things like that, which I mean, I get, because I've had experiences where I just felt like I really do not belong in places, but I didn't feel like that was racist until she said something that that rubbed me the wrong way, what she said. She said that Dote had the girls of color on one side of the house. They had a house for Coachella. They had the girls of color on one side of the house and the white girls on the other side. Now, I was like, okay, this is segregation. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe they just had them, you know, like that because, you know, they, the white girls are friends with each other and the girls of color are maybe friends with each other, or they're just kind of the ones that, you know, aren't really in those cliques. So they just kind of put them all together just to like, you know, I just thought that that's what that was. At first, I was trying to give the benefit of the doubt, because the last thing that I want to do is to think that someone or something or like a brand is racist, because it hurts me to know that someone or a brand or something like that is racist. Like, I really don't want to think like that and, you know, have that kind of negativity anywhere in, you know, I just don't like to have that negativity. However, what really made me think, okay, Dote, you need to fix this, was when they showed the rooms. The rooms that the women of color had they didn't even have beds. They were like sleeping on like couches and stuff, and they were like showing their rooms, and I was like, sis, that's not even a bed. Then you see what the white girls have, and they have beds. So now I'm like, oh, okay, there's an issue here. There's a problem here. Let's fix this. Like, what's going on? This doesn't seem right. And then on top of that, then the thought process that, okay, maybe they're just pairing up friends and people that know each other, that thought process also went out the window, because they had Nia and Kelani from Dance Moms on that trip. And Nia was on the other side, you know, with the girls of color, and Kelani was on the side with the white girls. That to me confirmed a lot about Dote. It really did. Because we know that Nia and Kelani are cool because obviously they were on the same show together. Like, everybody knows this. So I think that girl, I think that she said something, and that Dote they were like, oh my gosh, we don't want to make you feel like that. And they just they seemed to be nice to her. But then she also said they didn't have any pictures of the girls of color that went on the trip. They didn't have any pictures of them except the one, which was Nia, who is honestly like the most famous of them. So then that video prompted me to go to their Instagram page. And when I went to their Instagram page, Dote had apologized. They said that they didn't want anyone to feel bad, and, you know, they didn't mean to be racist, and they're going to do a lot, and they're going to put you know, girls of color on their page because they never have girls of color on their page. They're going to put girls of different sizes on their page because they never have girls of different sizes on their page. Like, if they don't have anything on that page, they do not have girls over like size 6 like on that page. They really just do not. It's funny that brands can really pretend that like different people just don't exist. They do. Like, they will truly pretend like the only people that exist are pretty thin white girls. That's just not reality. There are so many other girls who want to buy from your brand, but you're just not advertising to them, and you're not reaching out to them and reaching out to their audience. It's just kind of, it's dumb to me, like from just a logical perspective and from the brand's perspective, to leave out so many different people, because when you're leaving out those different people, you're leaving out those different customers. That is my thing when it comes to shade ranges, for foundations and concealers, and, you know, bronzers even. That's my thing with the makeup community. It's like, you're really dumb if you are not going to try to advertise to a wide audience. So I just went ahead and baked off camera, but I just think that it's dumb on their part to like not include everybody, because that's just hurting your pocket, in my opinion. So Dote apologized, and the apology that was written out was very like, it was in like all lowercase letters, and it just didn't seem like a professional, you know, apology. And I don't know, I guess that they're trying to like come off as more genuine, but it just was like, you're a company. I'm pretty sure you're a multi-million-dollar company. It just came off to me as like, why can't you just write a professional apology? Like, is this issue not important enough for a professional apology? Like, one that is, you know, I don't know. It just was like, why are you writing in all lowercase letters? You know what I'm saying? It just didn't come off as like an important thing that they're really addressing. I don't know. That's just how it came off to me. Then they started posting pictures of women of different skin tones, of different sizes, and they kept using the caption, "This is what Dote looks like." And it's like, no, that's not what Dote looks like. You've told us time and time again that that's not what Dote looks like. So don't lie now and say that now that you've been caught, because that's not what Dote has looked like this entire time. That's everyone's issue. The caption was just like, it was pretty much saying, you guys are kind of ridiculous. We've been diverse this whole time. It's like, no sis, we're not making this up. You guys have not been pushing for diversity whatsoever, and now you've been caught. Like, make a better apology and start fixing it correctly. So I just did my lashes off camera, but pretty much that was when I was like, okay, Dote, you're kind of disgusting, right? But then I saw what Kiana, the girl that went to the Fiji trip, had to say about the Fiji trip. Like, it came out months after all of this happened at the Fiji trip, and people are speculating, like, is Dote racist? What's going on with this trip? Everything like that. Kiana made a video, and it was really bad. I mean, like, not her video, but just everything that she was saying about Dote, it was just like, wow, okay. She said that they paired her up with, I think, the only other black girl, or maybe there was another black girl on the trip, but she got paired up with one of the only black girls, the only other black girls on the trip, as her roommate, who is half black. She's half black and half white. She said she was paired up with her during pretty much the duration of the trip. She was just with her the whole time, because she didn't really know anyone. And she said that a lot of the the trip was dedicated to like pictures, which I remember seeing a lot of that in the different vlogs that I saw. And you know, I saw a lot of pictures from that trip. I know a lot of people who follow influencers like kind of my age who are into like beauty and fashion and just, you know, cute little influencers. Like they saw a lot of pictures from that trip because they were on that trip, and Dote really wanted them to take a lot of pictures. So Kiana said that the Black girls and the girls of color on the trip were getting literally no pictures with the photographer. I think one of the photographers' name was Bryant. I'm pretty sure he's a pretty big photographer amongst influencers. Like a lot of influencers use him. I know Emma Chamberlain does, and like just different influencers really use him. And she said that they were getting no pictures, and she said that they only got like one picture on the beach, and it was just really poor quality, and it was just a lot of stuff wrong with it. Then she also stated, which that was the thing that bothered me, was she said that there was a point where everyone was like dancing. I guess it was like a little party thing that they were having. And she said that she heard the photographer say, "Let's get a picture of the Black girls." Now, if you don't understand why that's offensive, it's just like when people take your ethnicity and make it the only thing about you, can't even like learn your name, they just know that you're one of the Black girls, that is offensive. That's insulting. It's taking away your individuality as a person and just putting you like you're just a Black girl. Like that's just so insulting to me. So Kiana and her roommate then went to Dote and talked to Dote about it, and they didn't do anything about it. And so Kiana then saw that Dote was apologizing, and I guess she just wanted to say her piece about what happened in Fiji. This whole thing is very infuriating to me because it's like, no matter how many steps we think we're making in the right direction as far as race relations and everything like that, you are constantly reminded that no, you are still the Black girl and you will still be discriminated against in some way, in some shape, just in some way. You're going to be left out of something. You're not going to be included. And it hurts me. It really does. Especially in the beauty community, you see this a lot where it's like people who are supposed to be so liberal, people who are, I swear, they are going to be bleeding heart liberals, right? But when it comes to treating Black people like they're human, oh, suddenly they just can't do it. They just don't know how to. You know, they act so ignorant and so oblivious. And that really irks me. It really gets to me. Like, it gets to my core. It really does irk me. So now what can Dote do? Because I don't want to complain about something without having a solution. So my solution would be to, one, give a real apology, and two, start hiring Black people, hiring people of color who are going to come in and say, don't do this, the next brand trip, don't do this, and just basically reformulate everything about this company to where they don't look like racists, if I'm going to be completely honest. Because that's what I mean, even if the stuff isn't as obvious as them just saying the N-word or doing something crazy, it doesn't have to be that obvious. Racism isn't always that obvious, and people really need to understand that. Racism can be really discreet and something that people kind of need to catch. Racism can be really discreet, and so then people can easily just deny and deflect and just say, oh, we're not racist, we didn't mean to, we were oblivious. No, you weren't. The people that work for Dote are not idiots. Obviously, they're not idiots, or else they wouldn't be able to create a multi-million-dollar business. That's just, come on, let's use common sense here. They know what they're doing, and they need to bring in people on their team who are going to check them. Honestly, they also need to bring in people on their team who are of different sizes, because the fact that they only show girls who are like a 6 and under is just insane to me, and they really do need to fix that as well. For me, my biggest thing with brands like this, with like Tarte and with just other brands, oh, with Beauty Blender, with other brands that have done things that have been racist, pretty much. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Brands that have not been inclusive. My thing with them is, okay, you haven't been inclusive. Now I want you to put money in a Black person's pocket, because I will always support putting money in a Black person's pocket. That's why I have so much Juvia's Place. That's why I want to support this brand and that brand. And I want to, you know, support this collaboration and that collaboration. I do that because I want to put money in Black people's pockets. So therefore, Dote put money in Black people's pockets. And then I think a lot of people will be more susceptible to wanting to, you know, uncancel you, because a lot of people have canceled you. So those are pretty much just my thoughts. As far as Dote is concerned, they're canceled for me. I'm not with all the games. They're trying to act like they're totally oblivious, they're totally naive to what's going on. Like, come on. Stop playing dumb, own up to stuff, start firing people, and start hiring people that are going to make things better for your company. And also, I feel really bad for the girls that had to go through this, because it's hard to speak out when things aren't so cut and dry. So for them to speak out, I really do applaud them, and I'm really glad that they did, to open up this conversation, because this is a conversation that we need to have as a community, especially the beauty community, you know, fashion and makeup. We really do need to have this conversation, because it is a very, very important conversation that has been overlooked and overshadowed by, you know, James Charles and Tati and just all that. So that's why I want to talk about this today. I hope that you got something out of this. I hope that this was kind of eye-opening for you to kind of see how these brands do these people of color. I hope that maybe you'll, I don't know, if you get something out of this, I'll be really happy. But if you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of anything that I said, what you think, what do you think Dote should do? What are your suggestions for Dote to become better? Because I don't think that just an apology makes everything okay, and a few Instagram posts, like, I don't think that that makes everything okay. So what do you suggest that they do? And also, please do subscribe to my channel. I post every single Wednesday and every single Friday. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!